Want to dominate the battle with unmatched magic power? Learn how to build, command, and win with mages from Generation 1 to the latest updates. Whatever you're new or in the latest game in Call of Dragons, this is the ultimate mage masterclass you want to know about the game. Before we go dive deeper, let's first understand the foundations, and I'm talking about Mage Growth Strategy from Generation 1 to the latest one. Now, the strategy in the Season 1 is pretty obvious. You have Lilia Velen and also Wodir. I put this epic hero because this is extremely valuable epic hero. Till this day, I actually use Wodir, even though it's epic from basically the beginning of the game, but this guy is extremely valuable. I'm not going to go that much in deep of this hero. If you want me, just write it in the comments below. So from there, what you can actually go for, if you're a spender, I mean, you spend something on the game, you can go with Lilia Velen and actually Lilia Thea and Wodir Velen. If you're a free-to-play player, most likely it's just going to be Wodir and Velen. And if you want to have a second march, let's say it like this, you can also add Ewin and Atios. Atios is extremely good, especially for this 30% extra 20% chance to get 60 rage, pretty decent percentage if you ask me. Very good hero. Some people even run Lilia with Atios, but I think Lilia Thea is still the dominating. From point of artifacts, most likely Phoenix Eye is going to be there, and you can go with Tears of Airborne or this stuff for proper, but the stuff is for different type of gameplay, let's say it like this. But this 2 artifact is going to carry. For the Season 2 is going to be Bertrand Tocher. You can add it from the first 2 legions, Lilia Thea, Wodir Velen, or just Wodir Velen. You can add Bertrand and Tocher. Now here is the thing, Tocher is actually from the strongest ward and Bertrand is from the weakest spin. If you not get lucky with the Tocher, you can just go like Bertrand with Thea as a flying one, even though with Celestials, for sure, if you want to be mage main, you have to be League of Order. This is a must, just because Celestials is way better from the Vestos, from the ground units. So if you don't have Tocher, because I totally understand strongest ward is extremely hard to compete if you're in extremely competitive kingdom, you can go with Bertrand and Atius. This is going to be also some good pick. It's a single target. Bertrand is doing pretty decent damage over a single target, and with Atius he's going to fire up like crazy. So this is going to be your Generation 2. Generation 3, we have a Thunderlin and Kalea. Now the ship, a lot of people are not happy with her, and I'm going to also talk about the average hero. So yeah, you can go actually with Bertrand and Mu in situation like this, but I still believe that Bertrand and Atius is going to be good fit, and you can go with Mu with your mages since she's overall and it's a Generation 2, and you can actually add Thea with her, especially if your Thea is awakened. It's going to be very good fit for something like 3 legions. And in Generation 3 we're presented with Thunderlin and Kalea. Now Kalea, you're not going to lose that much if you don't get her from the strongest ward, but Thunderlin is something different. Thunderlin is a must-have hero, is a AoE damage dealer. I don't know if should I actually talk about the artifacts and pets, maybe later in this video I'm going to also talk about this one. But in general, Thunderlin, you can combine her with Mu and actually take out Thea. So if you're something like free-to-play player and you're not lucky with the heroes from the strongest ward, it's going to be Wodir Velen, it's going to be Bertrand in combination with Atios, and it's going to be Thunderlin with Mu. Even though Mu, actually, to make her legendary hero, you basically need to also spend money there. Other way, you're going to have her like an epic hero. So, which is a good epic hero, but it's not like the legendary version, you know? Now that you choose your mages, how about make them stronger? And this is mage upgrade path, artifacts and pets. Now, if you're like me that have like 5 mage legions, I'm going to share immediately with you what I'm currently running. Now, somebody is going to say Margaret Zeta. Yes, Margaret Zeta is something that is good to have as a legendary march, but I'm going to deploy and show you what I'm running right now. This is Lilia Thea, Bertrand Tocher, Wodir Velen, what was the name, Margaret Zeta, and Thunderlin and Mu. This is my marches for now. For Lilia, of course, this is the artifact build specifically for Lilia. This is Infernal Flame. The main the main thing is when your Legion get Magic Keen when it inflicts Scourge, and the only hero that inflicts Scourge, this is Lilia. So obviously this is the the best artifact for Lilia, to get extra 15% for 5 seconds. From there we're jumping over the Bertrand Tocher. There the artifact is Mirage Orb. Obviously it's coming with the Bertrand Tocher, and the main purpose of this artifact, or the power I see in this artifact, is a single shooter doing some extra AoE, but in the same time the first target that get hitted get basically 3 times more damage. So this is, in my opinion, perfect for a single Legion. From there we're going to Wodir Velian. I use here the Phoenix Eye, which is, I think, I'm surprised that actually the game provides the free-to-play players with that strong artifact with Phoenix Eye, but Phoenix Eye is in my top 3 artifacts for all the times. On the place number 4 is going to be Breath Gigantis. This is a must-get, must-have, must-use artifact, especially for this defense break, means minus 16% for 20 seconds for 10 legions. So this is a game-changing artifact, especially in the Alliance Wars. It's basically a game-changing artifact. You just need it. It's not only going to help you, but it's going to help your teammates also. And for Thunderlin with Mu, I'm using Thunder Elegy. This is not artifact that is going to do some damage, it's a control one. Like the previous one, which was not actually control one, it's a support one. But this one is applying also silence, stopping the creatures to go out of the circle that is created. Very, very good artifact. But here, this artifact is little specific. Here we don't have only magic units attack and legion attack. Here we have magic units attack and legion HP plus 17%. Absolutely crazy. Mages need HP. Vestals are buffing with 20% more HP. So definitely this artifact is very good. Now from point of pet, Sapphire Fire Drag for Lilia. This is what I'm currently using. This one, Shadow Fire Drag, since Bertrand Tocher is single target shooters, it's better to apply these debuffs that Shadow Hunter is actually giving. Wodir Velian is going to be Sapphire Fire Drag. Here I use this one that I'm going to change, but currently is in the good stage. This one should be Sand Lizard with some healing. This is not the correct pet right now for Margaret and Zeta, just to mention that, because I used to see Night Rock. This is my Syndrian Frygar pet, but here should be Sand Lizard. And for Thunderlin and Mu, I still use Sapphire Fire Drag, but I'm planning to actually train this one, Sapphiric Fire Drag, Sapphiric. But I'm very far away of actually making this pet good one, so it's still the things in the progress. So this is the artifacts and pets I'm using. And here is the thing, the moment you actually hit like 5 artifacts, I think it's going to be a better idea to focus over the heroes, because the artifacts, the main purpose of the artifacts is just giving this Legion attack, which is 40%, and magic attack 40% and 22. I think the second bonuses in general, the level 1 artifact is going to do fine, especially if you are a wall spender like me. This thing is going to do a great job. I'm so happy with my artifacts. Of course, if they're better, if the pets are better, it's way better, but I just don't have them. And don't forget to like the video if you already learned something new. Now, are you ready to supercharge your spell damage? This is the talent tree, prioritize the spell builds. I'm going to talk about specifically for the skill talent tree. I think this is the best talent tree for mages, since, let's be honest, I mean, mage troops have the lowest HP, have one of the lowest attack. The only thing you have to count for this troop is basically the heroes doing more damage with the rage skill. And yeah, the talent tree is going to be a skill talent tree. And we don't have that many heroes that is having skill talent tree. That's why Lilia is with Thea. Wodir, which is having also skill talent tree, is with Velian. Bertrand, having skill talent tree, is with Tocher. Currently I run Thunderlin on control, even though that control talent tree is good for a single target, you know, applying a lot of debuffs like defense break, march speed. So even though Thunderlin rage skill is applying 40% march speed reduction, it's just we don't have more skill damage dealers. Now we have this hero, which is Bahorn, that is having a skill talent tree, but I'm not so happy from this hero and his performance. Basically, when I check his spells, is something that is half marksman, half mages, and I don't like this type of heroes. I like pure mage damage dealers. Even though he's looking pretty good in my opinion. Now from point of spell tower tree, I'm going to share with you something that you have to keep in mind, and currently I have to do it for my heroes. My heroes didn't actually have their tower tree changed from long time. I forgot to do that, but in general you need synchronization in the march speeds. What I mean by that is, for example, Lilia is not having any kind of spell that is giving some moving speed, but let's say I think Velen is having some march speed reduction, march speed bonus is like 20%. So you have Lilia on one side and you have Lilia Thea, let's say, for example. Even though Thea is giving some march speed and you're going to run Lilia with Thea with Celestials, how much march speed was actually giving? March speed to 20%. Okay, let's say Bertrand Tocher. Bertrand Tocher don't have any kind of march speed. So these heroes, and you compare them with Lilia Thea. Already Lilia Thea have 20% more march speed. So in situation like this, you want to get some march speed to compensate this difference in the march speed. So in situation like this, as you can see here, I have to recheck the Bertrand tower tree, but yeah, the sync between the heroes is extremely important, so they can move together. Not having one of the heroes like far away from the rest of the heroes just because the march speed of this legion is way more faster. It's extremely important to not get catched from the cavalry. They're striking extremely fast, and if you have two legions very far away from the other three legions, they can basically kill you one by one. Now if you keep everybody on one place, yeah, you're going to get hit from the artifacts. Please don't write it in the comments, but strange is if they're in one place. If you fight with the cavalry one by one, I don't think you're going to get some good results there. Now you got the power, let's position it right. Alliance War Strategy, smart mage position. And the best place for mages, in my opinion, from what I see, is choke points. Choke points is you just do a banana formation over a choke point and you get great advantage. Here strongly depends how your alliance decide, or your war chief, or whoever is leading your armies on the battlefield, but the best position for the mages is choke points for the defense, also for offense. Let's say you're right here and you want to proceed further and enemy is here somewhere, maybe here. You can just walk through this choke point and position your mages. Positioning of the mages is extremely important from point how many merits you're going to get and how good straights you're going to do in general. And from the choke points is the best for ranges. It's not only mages, it's also marksmen. Mages and marksmen have the best opportunity there. Now infantry are very bad in this situation because they basically can get stopped over the bridge, but in the same time they have great advantage. Melee units have great advantage in the open field fights. So yeah, the ranges is for choke points. So if you want to get some advantage, try to join when your alliance is defending a choke point. You're going to get absolutely crazy results like this. Okay, which mage duos are dominating the meta? Best mage pairing, who to use and why? I already show you my legions and I give brief explanation why I don't use Bahorn. It's just Bahorn is not a hero that I'm looking for. Again, he's split between marksman and mages and I really don't like this type of heroes. Even though I'm going to run actually Margaret and Zeta, which is, you know, marksman heroes but with Celestials. They are doing crazy amount of damage, so definitely this is going to be still one of the best combos present in Call of Dragons. The other best combo, something that I noticed, is actually Lilia and Thea. For my surprise, even though Thea is not doing any kind of damage, Lilia is compensating for everything. Especially with this artifact that is giving extra 15% magic attack for 5 seconds. I know it's not that much, but small stuffs add. And definitely you need some good pets. Currently I'm trying to focus over a couple of pets to level up. I don't spread like back in the days over many pets, but pets is crucial. Artifacts, you're not going to get merits from artifacts, but with the pets you can do absolutely great. Now the meta, in my opinion, is still Lilia Velen. If you run Lilia Velen from point Bertrand Tocher, I don't think they're still that good. I think Thunderlin and Mu have a pretty decent opportunity to be extremely good and extremely valuable on the battlefield, especially Thunderlin. Currently mine is not awakened, you know, and by awakening her, I'm just going to add like 50 more damage. It's not something crazy, but I think Mu can actually compensate pretty good, and Mu Thunderlin can be actually pretty decent combo. And from point of mages, even a meta mage. Now the game I think changed a little for the supports, so we may have switch between Thunderlin and Mu. It can be Mu Thunderlin. Definitely I have to check it out, because supports, from what I remember, is going to get more merits from what they get by normally. But yeah, this have to be tested. I'm not like 100% sure, but still, Lilia is on the top of the food chain. I think this is the best investment one player who want to play with mages can actually do in this game. Yeah, people look it's expensive, but if you see how hard it is to open this hero, it's way more cheaper if you want to go for Wookiee spins, Wheel of Destiny, getting or buying some legendary tokens. It's just not that expensive in general. And don't forget to comment below your favorite mage pairs, or the one you most exciting to try. And if you want more power from the backend tech tree for mages, research that matter. Now you should not actually split over the researches. Now if you're tier 5, most likely you have all the researches possible in the academy, but if you're not, and for example you're currently tier 2 or tier 3, if you want to go with mages, obviously you should not invest that much in the melee protection or melee assault, and you should invest in rage assault and rage protection. Now this is a general one, HP, but I think if you run with League of Order, this one is going to help you by a lot. And on top of that, again, Vestos is going to give you 20% more HP. And here we have some defense formation. Defense formation was good back in the days when there was mages against mages, because by default mages have the biggest defense against other mages. So even more from infantry, by the way. And with League of Order you get 3% even more magic defense, which make the things crazy. But right now we have marksmen, we have cavalry, we have Goresh Kogu, and yeah. But in general, yeah, focus over the researches that actually matter for your main troop and the heroes you're building there. And speaking about the researches and also for the talents, I think this is something that I mentioned a little early in the game, but this is Mage March Sync, move as one. Mages moving together is a force multiple. And here's the thing, I get this question back in the Discord, why the mages should have the same march speed? Mostly the new players are focusing over how much attack they're having, how much defense, which is completely fine, you know? You want to see how you can get more attack, and here is a pretty good place I can show you from where my Vestos attack are coming, and this is basically for all the rest of the mages I have. Alliance Technology, Behemoth Blessing, we have 7% technology, building, Behemoth buff, and honorary member effect. Honorary membership, something that people, you know, people are focusing over level 8, which is completely fine for the beginning. This is a must get from day one, but further on the line, you're going to get also this thing, Legion attack, the next one is Legion defense, and the next one is Legion HP. And the next one is getting one more legendary token. So this type of buffs, and of course mana stones from whatever you can get it, but the sync between the marches is extremely important. And back in the days I was thinking, because there was 2 Thunder Rocks, for the people who remember, in the zone 2 there was 2 Thunder Rocks, one was giving counter attack, the other one was giving march speed, and I was so mad that the enemy they land up always on the side for the counter attack, and I was like, oh my god, this is a big pain. But later when I think a little, I think more march speed is very, very valuable from the counter attack. Of course, attack is good, is better, but counter attack is not that better. Maybe if you're infantry main, something like this, running Goresh Kogo, rallies, definitely rallies over bastions or keeps can definitely help a lot. But yeah, sync between your legions, you have to just move as one. And don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any Call of Dragons deep dive guides that I'm currently making on this channel, and more mage stuffs. Now let's check out the Awakening. Awakening can be a game changer, but only if the right heroes, basically the right heroes, get Awakened. So from point of mages from the first season, Lilia definitely needs Awakening. She's getting 1 extra legion when she gets Awakened. Bertrand, I don't think actually need to be Awakened. It's basically boosting with 200, 200 more damage, which is not something game changer. Who else we have here? We have Toher. I think Toher should be Awakened. The main reason is when he's Awakened and he is having this Garrison Tower tree. And when he's Awakened, when he finishes Rage of Plateo, basically this spell here, which is doing 1.5k in total, 3 times 500, is going to get this skin 25% for 5 seconds. This is covering half of the time this hero is going to have before next rage skill. So if it's something like every 10 seconds he executes a rage skill, 5 seconds is covering like 50% from the time. And for Garrison, this is extremely valuable. And since I use Toher as a Garrison, definitely I want to have him Awakened. He also have some extra stuffs, shelters, counter-attack damage reduction. All these stuffs is very, very valuable. The other hero that I want to point is Thunderlin. Thunderlin, I'm not so sure actually deserve Awakened. It's like extra 50 attack that is going to be added. And here is the thing. It's 150 more damage, which I don't think deserve your attention. The other hero, yeah, Margaret, you can go 555, you don't need Awakened, absolutely. Now Zeta may actually need Awakened, and starting with these 3 stacks of Dawn Watcher, that is going to give you more power. Thalea, I don't think it's actually needing Awakening. Honestly, this is my opinion. So Waldir for sure awake him. I mean, this is an epic hero. You're going to get these tokens in anyway, so Waldir should be Awakened. And I think I missed one hero that... Yeah, Thea for sure should be Awakened. I forgot, since she's part from your marches. As a mage main, this hero should be Awakened. And Mu. I think Mu is also very good when she's Awakened. Whatever the Legion launches a normal attack, it gain additional 50 rage and get keen. Attack 15% for 3 seconds. This effect can be triggered 1 every 10 seconds. So for 3 seconds, it's like 30% from the time you're going to get this keen, but you're going to get 50 rage more. So I think this is extremely good Awakening for mages. So from point of Awakening, this is my plan for Awakening. Now it's not only about the heroes, there is a combos that is in great synergy. And I'm going to share with you what I mean by that. You have to always check the synergy between the heroes. And I'm going to give you 2 examples, like Waldir and Velen. Velen as a deputy. Waldir, when he fire up, since he's going to fire up first, Ice Breath is going to apply this Core Frost. March speed reduction by 20%. In same time with Velen is going to do this thing, Snowblind. When casting a rage skill on the target is frozen, something that Waldir is going to provide to you, you're going to do additional damage, which is like 400. Other great synergy I can point is Bertrand Toher. Since Toher is going to fire up before Bertrand, even though he's a deputy, this thing is going to channel before the Bertrand have enough rage to fire up his spell. So when the Bertrand is ready to fire up his spell, your Legion is already going to have this magic keen. So from there is going to become the biggest hit of the Bertrand if you combine Bertrand with Toher. Otherwise, Bertrand is not going to get any kind of boost as a commander, and there is no deputy that can actually fire up before him, only Toher. So this is also a great synergy. Look about the synergy between the heroes and build something extremely strong. And just one general tip about the fighting is wanna fight smart and rich. Resource management for mage wars. And this is where you have to know where to spend and where not to spend. Something that, for example, you have some choke points fights and you know you definitely have way more power from the enemy, so it's absolutely pointless to actually do some resource healing. And same with the bastion. You see, you're not able to destroy the bastion. Enemy bastion is completely useless to actually spend resources there or even dead troops. You just have to pick your wars. When it matters, you're going to just have the resources so you can heal your troops and try to support your alliance to win, because in the late game it's going to be just resources. All of your resources is going to end up somewhere, and you have to be extremely precise where you spent your resources and how much value you get from these resources. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit one like, subscribe to this channel if you're new, become a member if you want to get early access to my new videos and all the stream history. And of course, have a great day and see you in the next video.